What if I tell you you can use Java inside Swift and Swift inside Java? This is exactly what Apple and the SwiftLang team has been working on for the past few months. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to use Java big integer in our Swift program. If you want to learn more, I've included the WWDC video link down below. Before we start, we need to check the version for our Java and also our Swift. Make sure your Java version is over 17 and your Swift version is at least 6.1.2. Don't worry about following along. I'm going to include all the source code inside the GitHub repo down below. We're going to start a new project called the Java Math. This is a Swift executable project, and inside the VS Code, we can add a new module called the Java Math and a math.swift file. Now we're going to update our package.swift by adding two dependencies. One is a JavaScript, the other one is an argument parser. Now we're going to tweak something in the package.swift. First by adding platform, followed by adding products, which is our Java Math. And inside the executable, we're going to add some dependencies, which include the Swift Java, and also the C Swift Java JNI allows us to access the JVM. Finally, because this project is a CLI, we're going to add the argument parser. Swift Java is more than just a library, it is also a package manager plugin. Going back to the top of the file, we're going to declare a new function. It's called find Java home. In here, we will use the file manager to find the file path of the Java home. As you see here, we're using the Swift file manager to find the user's home directory and figure out where the Java is actually located. Then we will ask the compiler to figure out which platform we are on so that we can access the JVM. At the moment of recording, this project is still very early stage, therefore it only supports Unix system for now. Finally, we will add an unsafe flags to our executable targets. And now we will add a special configuration file called Swift Java config inside our module. This is basically a JSON file to tell the plugin manager how to build it. Now we bring everything together with Swift build.
A few moments later.
Once it's compiled, you can go to the .build file, and in the output, you can see a generated code. Now we can use the big integer inside our math.swift. To start, we're going to import the Swift Java and then also the arguments parser. We are taking two arguments. One is called number, the other one is called certainty. And here, we're going to first have the run function to finally execute the whole program. And then we're going to add +1 to use the big integer add function, and also the isProbable prime, as you can see over here. Now, I think we're ready to run the program. Hey, it is prime. Now we're going to learn how to use the static method. First, by adding the Java util random in the config file and update our package.swift. Back to our program. Inside the run function, we are going to access the JVM and JNI environment. Before we can use the static method, we will need to use the Java class and passing in the JNI environment and also initializing our random, which also require the JNI environment. Now our big-int class is ready to use the static method called a probable prime. First, we're going to declare it, and then we're going to pass the total and then the random. Notice we're using if-let because a probable prime can be null. And in Swift, we can safely unwrap it. And if it's a prime, we will say it is a prime and return the value. Now let's clean up the package and rebuild it again.
A few minutes later.
Let's run the program again. Congratulations, it is a prime. Swift Java is still in very early stage development. If you want to learn more or want to contribute, I have included a link down below. If you want to see more Swift or Java or any sort of programming content, please let me know. Until next time, bye.